Welcome back to The Wisdom Within. I'm Lara Jaye. I hope you're having a great week. This episode is about why you might feel disconnected even when your life looks perfect. And be sure and stay until the end for our light language meditation clearing. So, have you ever looked around and thought, my goodness, my life looks from the outside looking in, it just looks amazing. So why don't I feel it? My home is beautiful. My business is thriving. I have my health. The people in your world might see you as very calm and capable. And yet there is this quiet ache inside. It's not burnout. It's actually not even laziness. It's disconnection. You're not tired. You're disconnected. You're disconnected from your body, disconnected from source. You're disconnected from others in ways that feels subtle but hollow. There was a time in my own life when I looked like I had it all together. I was the picture of success in my suburban Indiana Midwest home, a loving husband, two amazing boys, a thriving company, and a beautiful home. But behind the scenes, I was falling apart. I'd wake up with a pit in my stomach, forcing myself to perform one more day. My body hurt everywhere. My hair was falling out in clumps. I had spent a decade battling depression and mysterious health issues. And again, from the outside looking in, my life looked perfect. But inside, I was far from perfect. I was very empty and very, very sad. I remember looking in the mirror one day, not even recognizing who was looking back at me. And I thought, is this really all there is to life? Is this it? Is this my pinnacle? I didn't recognize myself. I didn't recognize my life. I was very overextended. I was in performance mode, people pleasing, and I was very disconnected. Back to the present, we are living in extraordinary times right now here in our world. The energy on this planet is shifting fast. The light pouring in, the intensity of solar flares, the waves of awakening are pushing us all to edges that we didn't even know we had. These higher frequencies are bringing up old patterns, unhealed wounds, and generational trauma to the surface for each and every one of us, not to punish us, but to free us. No one is being left behind in this collective awakening. And I talk more about this in depth in the introduction in my most recent book, The Wisdom Within, in what is actually happening on a global scale, on a galactic scale, and why we are all feeling such immense pressure right now, because we really are living in unprecedented times and feeling things that we have never felt before. Every single person, again, on the planet is going through this. And when the light hits the darkness within us, it stirs discomfort. That's its job. And instead of facing that discomfort and that uncomfortableness, most of us are reaching for a distraction or an old addiction, scrolling, shopping, drinking, working, medicating, even spiritual busy work, until we're so numb to notice that we've lost touch with who we really are. One woman I worked with, I'll call her Sophie. She was radiant. She was accomplished, very, very respected in her field. And she did her yoga, she meditated, she volunteered, she had her little dinner parties that could have been in magazines. She had everything she'd ever dreamed of. Yet she came to me whispering, I can't feel anything anymore. I smile, but it's like the joy doesn't land. Sophie wasn't broken. She was disconnected. She was disconnected from herself, from God, and from the quiet pulse of her soul. And I see this everywhere. And lately, I've been getting more and more texts like this from friends and clients alike. Quote, I'm so negative all the time. I feel like I've given up on life. I don't even enjoy what used to make me happy. Disconnection isn't just a mental state, it's a spiritual one. Let's talk about the 3 layers of disconnection and why they happen even when life looks so perfect. So, number 1, disconnection from yourself, the emotional and physical disconnect. When you have spent decades holding everything together, your inner world, it actually starts to go offline. You wake up tired after 8 hours of sleep. You check boxes all day long, meals, meetings, family, yet nothing moves you very deeply. You're endlessly managing emotions, yours and everyone else's, but never resting in your own. It's not that you're numb, it's that your body has learned to survive by staying slightly outside of sensation. Your nervous system is most likely still equating stillness and quietness with danger. And this is what's called the dorsal vagal state, freeze mode. It's the body's way of saying, we cannot process all of this, so let's shut down. It numbs emotions, it dulls joy, and it flattens life. You're alive, but you're not fully living. And if you grew up around unpredictability like I did in an alcoholic home, emotional volatility, high expectations, silent tension, your body learned early, stay alert and stay ready at all times. That old vigilance never left. It's just wearing designer clothes now. You've learned to perform calm, but not live in it. Number 2, disconnection from creator, from God, source, spirit, whatever you call your higher power. When you're disconnected from your body, you are also very disconnected from the divine because your body is the antenna of spirit. When you override your exhaustion, when you keep pushing past your limits, you quiet the very channel through which divine guidance flows. We start to think God's gone silent, when in truth, it's our noise that's drowning out the whisper. We chase clarity, but what we really want is connection. Your soul is craving, it's craving space, it's craving stillness. You're not tired, you're disconnected from source. You are unplugged from your energy source, the creator. You've given so much that you've forgotten how to receive yourself. You've been surviving your success instead of actually savoring it. And this is what I tell clients all the time. Rest is sacred. Stillness is power. And this is where the divine meets you, in quiet. And number 3, disconnection from others. When we're disconnected from ourselves, from God, true connection with others, it's actually impossible. You might appear deeply engaged, but inside, you feel like you're performing intimacy rather than experiencing it, certainly not enjoying it. You're the one everybody turns to for advice, comfort, solutions. But who's holding you? You might have a partner, a friend, even a spiritual community, yet still feel this quiet loneliness you can't explain. You love deeply, but it's as if you're watching your own life from behind glass. And it's not because you're incapable of connection. Far from it. It's because vulnerability feels foreign when your nervous system has lived in vigilance all the time. When your body equates safety with self-sufficiency, It's hard to soften into receiving love, the feminine. But the good news, that can change. That can change. When you reconnect to your own presence, to your source, to your inner safety, your capacity for intimacy expands effortlessly. You don't have to try to connect. You actually become the connection. And back to the beginning, why does all of this even happen when life looks perfect? And here's why. Because the very behaviors that once made you successful, overextending, caretaking, achieving management, are the same ones that now block your peace. What you used to do does not work any longer. You've built a beautiful life from survival energy, but now your soul wants to live from surrender. Your exhaustion isn't a flaw. It's your soul asking for deeper alignment. The fog you feel isn't confusion. It's protection. Your body is saying, please slow down so I can catch up with you. You're not in crisis. You're in initiation. Let's pause for a moment. When was the last time you truly felt alive and connected to your own skin? Take a breath with me. Hand on your heart, hand on your stomach, feet on the floor, and just say quietly to yourself, I am here. I am safe. I can feel again. Bring in your five senses. Come back to this now moment. That's how reconnection begins, not with a big change, but with tiny, consistent moments of presence. I often tell my clients, you're not losing yourself, you're remembering yourself. You've simply outgrown the identity, that old identity that was built on survival. You're being invited into a new level of living, one led by resonance instead of responsibility, by peace instead of pressure, by frequency. Reconnection, it's not a single event. It is a lifetime of presence, a lifetime of coming back to these now moments. It's returning to the truth that you were never broken, just busy, never lost, just layered, never disconnected. You were really just distracted. Take a deep breath with me right here, right now. And let's close with a short light language transmission, a frequency of remembrance to call your energy home. Kore lemo tendo le tori lemo deja le dola le mali andare andare alla parabole scele per le core alle monda le ondo scele tele parapai che le to scele liongo la le andare ondo scele cola le ondo caleti andare yenda ro click di scele le mom yendo scele tele le paramale ti scele poa le click di andare ondo scele qua Kiondo le tua attendo delle le mariande di ende di inda di yakaleti amo mandi yakele boama kalekiasha. Kelo le bello di belle cleadi ende di ende di yondo le balakali ande di ende di yiki le boa le click di ande di yondo le kalemoa. Yando le te la balakali ande di ende di yada da clacado da yondo le lo mori ende di yam. Kelo tu, jele tuan, ted kale ende di ande di yede di yodo le lamon. Keo to jele te kale apokale mo kari ande di yendo, tele kalati jele to kora kaleama. Gondality under the yendo gelito lamo de under the under the yata the under the pormesha lotene moam, kelo mom. Leondo geletele ete di cale calianda gele blabari under the yanda la coriamo corianda gelitoa calicamo ten de lequa e lequa kisaqua. Take a deep breath with me. Come back into body awareness. And when you're ready, open your eyes, refresh. refreshed, renewed, energized.